Hello and welcome to August 4th, where we're reading Esther chapter 8 through Job chapter 1. Now, these chapters finish Esther's story before they introduce Job himself. Esther and Mordecai is questionable personally. I don't really like them very much, but Job is pretty cool, and he's fascinating to start examining, so we'll start that. We'll get there when we get there. Now, if you want more details, you'll definitely want to check out the written page on the end of Esther and Job. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I don't have time to cover all of it, but I will try and summarize these chapters as best I can. Now, Esther chapter 8, basically, Haman is dead, but he had made this law. If you remember, he's trying to kill all the Jews. He has been killed instead of Mordecai, but now there's Haman's law, which is all the Jews can get killed on this one particular day. And Esther doesn't like that because, she's Jewish. She doesn't want to die. And so she says, how can I undo this? Basically, there's a rule that says they can't undo laws that have been given, but they can make a new law. And so Esther decides to make a new law. What if the Jews can defend themselves from being attacked by the Persians? And so she makes that law. And the Jews go ahead and they do defend themselves. In chapter 9, we have a couple of different records, actually, where on the day in which the Persians attacked all the Jews defended themselves and actually did quite a bit of damage to the Persians that attacked them. So that was glorious. They have been preserved. They have been saved. And then the king asks Esther if there's anything else she wants. And in Esther chapter 9 and verse 13, this is weird to me. Esther basically gives a command to the Jews that they can defend themselves again. Even though the Persians can't attack them on the second day, they can defend themselves on the second day, and their defense ends up killing like 300 more Persians. I don't really know what to do with that. That's very odd. But if you've ever wondered what the Jewish celebration of Purim comes from, it's this. It's the salvation of Israel by the unseen hand of God through the characters of Mordecai and Esther. Whether that was glorious or not, you be the judge of that. Also, there are 3 verses that constitute chapter 10. Basically, Mordecai's in charge of everything. He's kind of like Joseph, except I don't like him very much. Okay, that's the end of Esther. Done talking about that. Now we get half a minute to talk about Job. Job chapter 1 is fascinating. There's a really rich man named Job. This is probably chronologically before Abraham. Like, this is that kind of era, the patriarchal period. Job is really, really rich. He has a ton of children. He has just a ton of stuff. Satan comes to God and says, basically, what if I took away all of Job's stuff and all of Job's family? God says, go ahead, try it. He tries it. Job is sad, but Job still glorifies God in it, so he still stays righteous. He has a lot of stuff, but he's not attached to his stuff. That's what makes him righteous, and we'll explore that more as we go through the book of Job.